Tony Tone Show on Vintage Sound 93.1 FM. He's on the MPW Digital TV Celebrity Hotline right now on hold. Daymond John from Shark Tank on ABC. He's also got a brand new book, The Power of Broke. Daymond, I don't want people to be confused. Is this the book that you should buy for help with your own finances, or if you want to get in business for yourself?
Not necessarily finance. It's going to help you out if you are looking to, I'm sure, I'm on the phone with you. I'm sure you're really a great broadcaster. So it's only going to help you more in your career if you feel like, there's other levels that you want to get to.
Perfect. Okay, so and what I love is that it says in your book there are several stories from people that have had success, like Rob Dyrdek, who I've talked to, and Kevin Plank. So did you reach out to these people? Are you friends with all these guys and girls that contributed, or what was the process like for you?
Oh, yeah, well, I reached out to all of them. I'm not friends at all with probably about, 10 out of 15 that I reached out to. But I wanted to reach out to people that, first of all, I admired, I respected, and second of all, who are wildly successful in various different areas of business where, if somebody says, well, Daymond, you have the recipe for clothing, and Rob knows skateboarding. Well, I wanted to put Steve Aoki in there, who knows music, or Acacia Brindley, who knows social media, and Josh Peck and things of that nature. So I went after them.
And it seems like they all responded well, right? I mean, I would think that that's a good opportunity to be able to share their story and maybe give advice, because, there's people that don't want to be discouraged, that maybe have ideas and want to get into business for themselves. So I think that's a great thing that you did. So what advice would you have, Daymond, for somebody that's listening that maybe has an idea, whether it be like a Shark Tank worthy or something that they've always just wanted to do for themselves? What would you say to them?
Well, first of all, how are you going to make that idea come true? Don't quit your day job, number one. But are you going to put in 2 hours, 7 hours, 10 hours a week on it? Are you going to take affordable steps, steps that you can bounce back from? When I started FUBU, I closed it down 3 times from 89 to 92 because I ran out of money. But I only ran out of 1,000, 2,000. And when I ran out of the money and I had to close it down, and I would see somebody say, oh, I got a FUBU shirt and I want to get another one, it reminded me that I really love this business and I would do it for free if I didn't, if I didn't get paid, I would do it for free if I could afford it. So, do things that, you really love. And then grab a mentor, grab like-minded people, and, make sure that you can make 1, 2, 7, 10 pieces or whatever it is and sell to prove to yourself that you have what it takes. So there's a lot of little steps that I put inside the book that show what exactly you should do. Because, believe it or not, we're not all going to have something that's a success. We're going to have some things that are crap, and we're going to learn from that and go ahead and make something successful because of how we failed with something that may not have been a good idea.
I love that. And how great of a moment was it for you, Daymond, when President Obama appoints you as a presidential ambassador for global entrepreneurship? I mean, describe that. I'm sure it was overwhelming, right?
It happens to me every day. I'm just joking. It's something that I would never have expected, that a little brown boy from Queens would be sitting in front of the President of the United States in the White House and being appointed to such an amazing position. And I still even can't believe it today. But I take it and take my responsibility as a humble citizen of the United States, and it really, really is overwhelming in regards to the thought of the fact that, talking to one of the most powerful men in the world, and my job is to go out there and to talk about entrepreneurship and help people domestically and abroad understand that, if you don't have hope, don't let the other people around you that may ask you to do things that aren't in the best interest of humanity. Open up your cell phone and you can find a way to feed your family, if you're in Nairobi, Kenya or something like that, instead of doing the things that some of the bad people in the world want you to do.
So Damon, you got to be like one of the busiest people ever between, doing Shark Tank on ABC, and that's wildly successful. All the businesses that you're involved with, and now, of course, the book that we're talking about, The Power of Broke. So I don't get as busy as you, obviously, but how do you find a balance between work and home? What are some tips that you could give someone like me? Because sometimes, you try and say you don't take your work home with you, but when your work is like a lifestyle, it's hard to not do that, isn't it?
Absolutely. I think that is one of the toughest challenges of my life. Prior to Shark Tank really taking off, I had, from the ages of 25, maybe to 35, I did the same thing. I wasn't eating healthy. I was traveling the world, and then I started to slow it down. Then the Shark Tank takes off all of a sudden, and it's like having a whole other career. I got my first career running my businesses. Then I have the Shark Tank one helping people with their businesses. And it's very hard. I do goal setting. I set some goals every day in the morning and the evening. I read them, and they're goals that expire 6 months, 5 years, and 10 years. And some of them have to do around health, time with my family, my career, and things of that nature. And those things are what keeps me on track. But honestly, time is the biggest struggle that I think all of us have. How to have that healthy balance for our health and our family and everything else. And it's a constant struggle that I face daily.
Obviously, Shark Tank is serious. People are bringing their dreams to you guys, and I can't imagine the pressure that they're feeling and how that relates to what could happen to them next. But it also seems like that you guys have a lot of fun on that show. Is it safe to assume that when the cameras stop rolling, there's a lot of laughter and maybe busting each other's chops a little bit?
No. We're doing most of that while the cameras are rolling because Barbara is crazy. She doesn't take her medicine, and there's always going to be some way to laugh at her. Those pictures. The shortest pitch I've ever witnessed is 18 minutes. The longest pitch has been 2.5 hours.
Wow!
So you guys only see 8 minutes of it. So usually the average pitch is around 45 minutes. So for 45 minutes, we are laughing, joking, screaming at somebody. The entrepreneur was crying. One of them even fainted. They had to be taken out on a stretcher. And it's a really fun. I mean, that person only fainted because they were nervous. Thank God nothing was wrong with them. But it's a very fun time. We have a lot of fun. It's very, very competitive, and that's the easiest part of doing the program. The hardest part is the work you have to put in for the next year. Working with the entrepreneur and the business after that.
Right, and that's what people need to understand is that when you get on board with someone, you're putting your own real money on the line. I mean, this isn't, just for the sake of TV. And you've put in like something over, $7 million in different projects. Is that right?
Yeah, it's all real money, but it's $7 million, which is an enormous amount of money. But more importantly to me, it's I've hired everyone. The Sharks hire about one person a year to help. So I have a staff of 10. And it probably takes out of my life, it probably takes another 6 months out of the year to help run the companies, which I'm more than happy of doing because people are allowing me to invest in their dreams, and I'm learning so much about how the millennials and other people are operating business that I'm applying that to my personal life, and I put a lot of that in the book as well because this is a whole new day and age where we have our smartphones and we can open up a business.
Absolutely. As we wrap up, I just want to share this story with you, Daymond. So I grew up in Oak Park outside of Chicago, and I remember I was shopping for a tie for homecoming my senior year in high school, and I've always been a big dude, so I found myself at the big and tall store because I got a big head and a big neck, and I found this tie, and I loved it, and I still have it, and it was a FUBU tie, and I was excited because it came with free cufflinks. So I just wanted to share that with you. There's our little connection, if you will.
I appreciate that. Yeah, no, I love it. Thank you for making me feel old. Yeah, no, absolutely.
I just think it's funny because the tie is still like I wear it and people think that it's like I've gotten more compliments on it, and it's like 14 years old. The thing hasn't gone out of style. So thank you for that.
Yeah, we really did well in formal wear and tuxedos, things of that nature, and people never knew it because they knew FUBU for being, big, gory logos all over it. So we didn't put the logos all over all over a tie or tuxedos. But yeah, because you see the way I dress now, I've always dressed like that, and we always wanted to style people.
Well, listen, Daymond John, thank you so much. I know you got to go. You're doing a bunch of these interviews. The book, again, folks, The Power of Broke, available now online in stores. Pick it up, watch Shark Tank, and support this man. He's doing good things. Thank you, sir, very much. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Thanks for the support.
Thanks, Daymond. Take care. Bye.